Xây tương thân tình trong đạo Phật, tùy khác màu nhưng một tôn sư. Hôm nay đây cùng nhau họp mặt, quyết noi theo đường Phật giáo Hoàng Dương.
Nam Mô A Phật. Welcome to Sang Noi Sang Phật. My name is Sukchu Angtri, and today I have with me Tai Ungmin. And in the show, we're going to talk about Dharma. And in this today's topic, I have kind of a question for you. And so today is, why is it now that when people come to the temple, they don't come happy, but they come kind of searching for that sense of relief from their fear or their worry? And so how does Buddhism help, or how can we help others if they're feeling that sense of negativity in their lives?
That's actually a very good question. I've been in the temple ever since I was 7, and I've seen all types of people coming in and out from the temple. Some people come and they stay and they contribute. Some people come because of just the circumstances. There's a funeral in the family, or they come to us for a wedding and they enjoy our services, and then they bring their family to the temple from there on out. There are some people that just come to the temple just to give incense and pray for good luck. There are some people that just come to the temple once a year. It depends on who, but the majority of the people that do come to the temple are those who are looking for something, or they themselves find themselves lost, in a sense, in this world, this material world, that even though you have a lot of money, it doesn't necessarily will buy you happiness. Some people I know that have lots of money, but the reason why they buy so much or so many things is they're trying to fill up this void within themselves but no matter how many material items or how much money you have, it won't fill up. And so people come to us and they ask, I feel like my life is not going somewhere. I feel like I'm lacking something. I feel like something is missing inside me. What can I do to help? Right. And I usually ask simple questions like, well, what is it that you do? What's your job? How do you get your source of income? Do you have your own business? Are you working for a job? Are you going to school? Are you married? Are you single? I ask all these questions to figure out how and where they stand in life. And most of the times they say that they're doing something, or they're at school but they feel like they're not going in the right direction, or they're at a job that they really hate and they can't really do anything about it because they're in that job because they need help, financial help, just to pay the bills or pay the rent. And I asked them, well, are you enjoying what you're doing? And a lot of them said no. And I said, though, you got to find out what is it that you enjoy. And you have to love what is it that you enjoy. Figure out how to, basically ask, what's your passion? What is it you like to do? And what people need to realize is, figure out what is it that you're passionate about. Master it, meaning you learn it, you eat it, you breathe it, you think about it all the time. It's that one thing that's in your mind when you wake up. That's one thing before you go to sleep. And then once you master it and you turn around and you share with other people, what is it that you mastered? So when you have a sense of passion, right, it's a fuel. But when you have passion and you want to help others understand it, that in turn gives you a sense of direction. And when you have a sense of direction along with fuel, it helps you go from point A to point B. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And so when people start to do that, they start to feel more happy. Because now, in the first time in their life, they have a sense of direction. They know exactly who they are and what they need to do to get to whatever they need to get to. But a lot of people feel lost is because they're not doing anything with their life. They're not going anywhere. They're living the same day over and over and over and over and over again. But when you start to change the way you think, which in turn change the way you talk, which later on affects the action that you have, will in turn create the habits that you will have. When you start to change your habits to a more positive, it will give you a sense of direction and basically fuse you from point A to point B.
So my question, if they are into that, but kind of reversing into a different direction, I'm talking kind of if they're mentally wrong, if they're grasping and kind of being so attached to views, where they're specifically depressed, or something that's an outcome that's going to happen. That, like for example, if I'm going to be very sick very soon, or I'm going to do this. Why do people have those views? And their ability to find passion and stuff is therefore kind of abolished. If for example, they're stuck on the, like, why is their mind kind of clinging to views that are more negative than so views that show us more of the glass is half full kind of a thing, in terms of what I feel from kind of the consensus of our generation, because we're kind of in a place where people want to attack others, or people feel like it's not worth it to do this because they feel so pessimistic or apathetic about it. So I'm just asking you in terms of if you can help me clarify into why we're so predispositioned into the negative view, which then doesn't help us move into the passion. Yeah.
Well, mostly because it's fear. Fear of the unknown. Fear of not knowing what's going to happen, right? And fear of change. A lot of people have fear of change, especially in today's world. If you turn on the news and you look at everything that's going on within the political realm, you'll see that, Trump is saying this, and the Republicans are doing this, and the Democrats are doing this, and conservative this, and liberals that. It's interesting how when you look on from a third point of view, technology, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media is supposed to put us together. But in reality, the more this technology rises, it actually separates us as humanity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, yes, in the digital world, we're all connected. But in the outside world, we're more torn apart than ever.
Yeah.
Right? It's because now technology is playing a role where we enter this digital realm, we convey our message, but on the outside, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
And because of this technology that's booming right now, a lot of people are not catching on with the technology. So they feel left behind. And when they feel left behind, of course they're going to develop a negative view. Like water that's not running, it becomes stale. Right? It becomes stale, it becomes moldy. But if a water is continuously running like a river that's flowing, it's always fresh. And so if you move along with the flow of technology and learning how to adapt with the flow of this ever-changing world, right? Then you learn to adapt new skills that can help you along the way. That's why a lot of people right now, they have a sense of fear of they're not going to know what's going to happen. They're fear that they're losing their jobs, or their jobs lost and they're not coming back.
Yeah.
And they want to bring back the jobs to America, but in reality, the way things are going now, it's not going to be like it's back in the 1950s, right?
Yeah.
You have to learn how to adapt to this change, and a lot of people don't know how to adapt to that. Therefore, they develop this pessimistic view.
Yeah, because what I'm trying to kind of expand more is, I notice if they have self-image views about themselves, but also outside views about what's happening in the world. It's always something, if there's something new on the outside, it's like, oh, well, that's not going to be something that's going to be positive in my life, but it's something that's negative. If something's growing, then it's hurting me. And yet at the same time, if they see someone's life is all this and that, and they're always wanting to do that instead, and they themselves feel, why can't I do that? And so how do you start to like let go of that negative feeling into yourself? How do you start wanting to feel like this is your time to own it now, and for you to actually do action instead of loathe and hate everything? Well, no, Buddhism can help that.
That is a great question. But basically, we can bring a horse to the river, right, but we can't force the horse to drink the water. It's up to the water. It's up to the horse to drink the water, right? We can share to everyone that's viewing this how to change your life, how to improve your status, how to improve the quality of your life, how to live a life of abundance, a life of greatness, a life of wealth, a life of happiness. We can share all that, but it depends on who's viewing whether they want to change or not. Right? We can't force people to change, but we can inspire them to change.
Definitely.
And so when we inspire them to change, when we show them the fundamentals, one day something will happen. They might get on the scale and realize, oh man, I got bigger.
Yeah.
Or like when you're walking up the stairs and you're catching your breath. You know, you realize you're out of shape. Or you look at your bank account and you realize, yeah, I have no money. I got to change. You know, there will be something that happens in someone's life that will inspire them to change.
Yes.
Otherwise, no matter how much we show people on how to change and there's a better way and there's a better life and you can have this lifestyle if you do this, and this, we can show all that, but it depends on if the message is being received, if they're ready to receive it or not. You cannot teach a baby calculus.
Yeah.
Right? You can only show them 1 + 1 = 2. And then because of their skill level, they can only understand at that particular level. But unfortunately, we don't have much time. Let's have the commercial break, and we will continue after the commercial break.
世疆吞定trong đạo Phật tùy khát màu nhưng một tôn sư hôm nay đây cùng